champions, still undefeated and looking for their 16th win of the season. Taking on number 6 Vermilion and a Lady Sailor squad riding a 5-match winning streak, it's the Division II District Semifinals from Lexington. Coming your way next.
Thank you for your cooperation. The officials assigned to this game have met all requirements set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been selected for their important role through a system of...
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
We welcome you into the Lexington Soccer Complex, where one of these two teams out on the pitch right now will be punching their ticket into the district championship game right back here on Saturday afternoon. I'm Brian Skronsky, joined by the one and only, the great Jesse Ryder. And Jesse, we get to see the top team in the state tonight, led by their super talented senior class, rolling into the round of districts off of back-to-back 11-0 wins in a pretty easy sectional for them. But once the second season kicks off, I think there's a renewed spirit for this Madison team to try to go for that state title. They seem like they're up for the challenge.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think there's two things at play here tonight. One, I think Madison they're ready. They're ready to go into that next level, and this is just one step to get to that next level. I think the second thing is they're starting to get healthy. They got beat up a little bit towards the end of the season. They play a great schedule, some really physical teams. They've lost a couple of players, but it's good to see Nevaeh Lewis is starting again for Madison. She's been out for about a month or so she's out here. So it's going to be fun to watch this Madison team. It may take a little bit to kind of find that chemistry again, but I think this is a Madison team that's going to be really good by the end of the night tonight.
And for the Lady Sailors, they shook off a slow start, came out of the gates at 1-4, but they've got 11 wins in their last 13 outings, and they've got two really gifted offensive weapons in Michaela Lindo and Livia Pettin. You imagine they got to be real good tonight to come up with the upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Vermilion's got to play their best game of the season to win tonight. If you look at their schedule, they've certainly taken a couple bad losses early in the season, just one later in the season. But I think we're going to see two different levels of teams here. Vermilion's going to be it's going to be two players trying to do a lot of the offensive work and probably putting about 9 players back, trying to stop this amazing Madison attack. But it's going to be interesting to see, if maybe Vermilion just hold on, keep a shutout going. I think the longer it stays 0-0, the more it may favor Vermilion, but that is not always an easy task.
As we are underway, here is the All-American senior Taylor Huff. Lets one go from way outside, and she uses both feet equally well, Jesse. You see that was the left foot right there. She's actually technically a right-footed player, but maybe she's actually ambidextrous with the feet. I don't think it matters.
I've seen her strike from both feet with about 30 yards away. I mean, they can be on goal. They're powerful. They're good. I think if you're Vermilion, you cannot give her that space in that part of the field, though. I mean, she had time to turn and look, perhaps even go to goal a little bit more. We see Nevaeh Lewis with the ball on the wing so fast on the outside.
Yeah, makes a nice move around Rose Seawall. Such great speed, and you see the spacing for Madison. I know that we're just in the first 40 seconds here, but they definitely they keep their room. They have players that can win the one-on-one matchups, and you imagine that they're going to try to go right at this Vermilion defensive unit all night.
Absolutely. That's a big save by the keeper there. I mean, that's a tough, hard ball on the ground, and she comes away with it clean, doesn't bobble at all. That's not always an easy save. Madison's about to get their third look at goal in about the first 2 minutes of the game here.
Chesney Davis on the cross. This shot not anywhere on target from the freshman, Marissa Adderholt.
So Vermilion's going to have to figure some things out. We're about 1 minute and 20 seconds in, and Madison's been inside the box about 3 times already with decent looks on goal. You can't survive such a talented Madison team of giving up quality looks all night.
.50 ball up for grab, and it comes to the feet of Huff. Makes a nice move, great turn. Now sends it into the box. Carrie Eckenweiler on the other end.
Taylor drew the triple team there and found an open Eckenweiler. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick. I thought maybe it went off Vermilion. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick, though. But I think you just got to figure out how to slow down Taylor Huff in the middle. You can't leave her open, but you can't send your whole team to go defend her as well, because the rest of the team is obviously able to finish and make you pay it. So you just got to figure out the right number and the right system, limit her touches. Looks like Nevaeh Lewis has already shifted in the middle of the field a little bit. She started wide and maybe more of a striker role now for Madison.
See the unselfishness of this Lady Rams team. 20 players got into the scoring column at the varsity level for the squad this year, Jesse. And I think a lot of that, of course, is the component that they're up early and often. But, man, just lets you know that they got a lot of kids that can really find the back.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a terrific statistic. You know what's impressive? You look at, I think they have 95 goals on the year, and certainly that's a great accolade. What Coach Huff talked about at the beginning of the year was the amount of the lack of shutouts they had previously in the last year. And so this year, look, they've only given up 11 goals on the year, played about 18 games. That's a pretty good goals against average, certainly much better than where they were a year ago, where they're kind of in a couple shootouts throughout the week and giving up a lot of goals they probably shouldn't be giving up. So everybody loves the offense, but you got to give the defense some credit as well for only giving up 11 goals.
Another shot from a freshman, and they got a couple of them in the starting lineup tonight, that Natalie Back. And I think what's been most impressive about that is their starting keeper at the beginning of the year, Morgan Rachel, goes down with the ACL tear. The junior, Paige Eldridge, has had to fill in, and she's done a phenomenal job. I don't know how long it's been since she's played in between the pipes, but I know that at the varsity level, that this is her first time she's filled in and done a really, really nice job.
Yeah, you're right. She looks confident back there. That's not always. Sometimes you put in a keeper who's not been there for a while, and you can see a little bit of nerves, you see a little bit of misplayed stuff, but watching her warm-ups, watching some of the games, she has a confidence about her. There's Nevaeh Lewis in. Oh, referee's called her offsides.
Yeah, that's a tough call. The whistle still hasn't blown, though.
The referee put his flag down. He's
changed his mind?
Well, I'm not sure what's happening right now. They're going to give a corner. He called offsides. They're not going to bring it back. He didn't call offsides. The AR raised his flag for offsides, put it down, and then Madison's going to get a corner off of what was an offsides. Maybe an offsides for Madison. She didn't appear to be offsides, but certainly he put his flag up to indicate so.
Yeah, she was right there, right in line with him. So now this one's sent into the box. Looked like Back got a header on it, but off frame. So even though Madison has basically lived inside the 18, Jesse, we're 4.5 minutes gone by and no goals yet.
Yeah, and all the confusion of that offsides play. The keeper makes a nice save. So Nevaeh Lewis is one-on-one, 6 yards away, and the keeper comes out and kind of takes it away from her, denies the rebound as well. It's a big save for Vermilion's keeper. She's made a couple already. Well, if you're Vermilion, you got to figure out how to. It's going to be offsides again. You've got to get the ball out of your own third here. You can't just sit back and defend for 80 minutes. Eventually, you're going to break in this capacity.
And they do have their two top scorers, Penton, who's just a freshman, next to the senior Lindo at midfield. So they're waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, basically putting 9 players about in the back. What they've struggled with is to get this ball forward. Madison has won every goal kick and now offsides ball and put it right back in the attack almost immediately. So Vermilion's got to figure out a way to win that second ball to at least give the defense a break.
Bechtel overran it, so at least the first time tonight, it's into Lady Ram territory. But it's going to be Taylor Russell.
Let's see how many players Vermilion will put forward here to try and get a little bit of offense. Not very many is the answer.
And it's such a tough game, and I mean, what do you do with all these talented players? Madison's got so many of them, and I saw this a couple nights ago in the matchup where it was also Vermilion trying to take on Lexington, and they had to pack it in defensively because when they would come out and try to play some offense, the counterattack was there, and Lex made him pay. So it's pick your poison, isn't it, Jesse? It's tough.
It's a little bit of that. I think the thing about that is you can't just defend in your third the whole time. You've got to get the ball into the midfield area and defend out of the midfield area and not let them just be in the attacking third. If they're in the attacking third, they're eventually going to score. So you've got to just kind of keep denying the easy passes, just make them keep possession. They can't just keep getting in at goal and getting quality looks all night long.
Giving way too much space here to Nevaeh Lewis. So she had a heavy touch, lost possession. But the Rams right there, staying on the offensive aggressive.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is her first postseason game from the injury. So certainly maybe a little nerves there, coming in as a freshman. And obviously did well in her debut game. But tournaments are just a little bit different, especially when expectations are as high as they are for Madison.
Here's a ball sent forward, looking for Penton. And Vermilion will at least flip the field here momentarily. They got a throw-in coming up from the near side, deep in Ram territory.
This is what you need if you're Vermilion, get your defenders a little bit of a break. Oh, you just can't give the ball away, though.
Looked like she was targeting Taylor.
Yeah, that's never good when you throw it right to the opposing team's best player.
But sometimes maybe that's just like the allure of Huff. Like she's just kind of like a magnet. Draws the ball towards her, makes you make poor decisions.
It's a good defensive play for Vermilion there to stop what would be a breakaway for Nevaeh Lewis again.
But I think a good sign, at least she looks healthy while she's out there. She hasn't been spectacular yet, though she's going to be off sides once again. But the fact that she's moving really well, I think that's a great sign for Madison. Once they get past this district round, looks like the regional for them is going to be kind of a cakewalk if they can get there. But if they're going to try to make a run all the way to the state finals, they're going to need number 30 doing some things.
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to need your players kind of at their high. I don't think she's probably 100% game fit ready. I'm watching some of her touches and some of her moves. I saw her perform earlier in the season at probably a higher level and a higher rate. But I think she's going to get there, and we may see her get there tonight.
Another goal kick on the way for the Lady Sailors. Our first substitutions here of the match. Lady Rams going to swap out Eckenweiler and Davis.
The one thing I think the defenders of Vermilion have done well so far is they put the Madison attack into a little bit of offsides. I don't know if they're playing a kind of a higher line and they're stepping at the right time, but it's probably at least 3, maybe 3.5, depending on how the one play plays out. Offsides calls against Madison. One on a breakaway and one to kind of stop a breakaway. So some big offsides early on for Vermilion.
Huff draws a crowd.
Draws a quadruple team.
And still somehow able to get the pass off. Now Bechtel from outside, deflected by Lewis and cleared by the Sailors.
Ooh. Bechtel just kind of ran into her. Maybe she didn't see her, but just kind of ran right into her and knocked her down. It's going to be a Vermilion free kick. You see Vermilion still keeping about 6 players back behind the ball. Just they don't want to give up that early goal. They don't want to get scored on. They're just going to try and keep the game close as long as possible. I'm guessing they're going to look for a counterattack. I think that seems to be the offense for Vermilion tonight, is just defend. And can you maybe catch Madison sleeping a little bit after a transition play?
And I think you'd have to argue that's probably the proper strategy, right?
It's certainly, having not seen Vermilion play a lot this year, I think that's got to be the strategy. They probably don't have the skill and the numbers to match up skill for skill with Madison. So you've got to try and find a place to just get a chance to go at goal.
Lady Sailors do have possession here in the midfield. That might have been a little bit forced, trying to go down the far sideline on the wing. We've got Jessica Herkler there, one of the captains.
It's a touch you got to have there from Natalie Back. You just can't quite reach for the ball and just let it go. You've allowed Vermilion to stay in the attack.
Lady Rams packing it in defensively. 7 ladies in green jerseys back. Having trouble getting it to their midfielders right now.
Yeah, Vermilion stepped up a little bit with their pressure, but leaves you a little more susceptible to plays like this. Good pass by Nevaeh Lewis.
Now a great opportunity on the run. Mila Davis.
Oh, what a save.
Another great save. Abby Rhodes. Over 100 saves on the season coming into tonight.
That's a terrific save. She caught it clean. She got down to the ground. She didn't bobble at all, didn't deflect out. Even Nevaeh Lewis followed the shot. She's right there for deflection. She catches it clean, and that's a great save. Nevaeh Lewis, caught behind her a little bit.
Tried to get it to Taylor in traffic, punched away.
Well, here's the kind of play that's dangerous for Vermilion. If you're 2-on-4, the number's certainly in your favor, but you've got some skilled players up there. If she can make a play and find her, misread her a little bit.
That was Penton mismeasuring that one, had Lindo. And some good fight being shown here by Vermilion in the early going. Over 11 minutes gone by, Lady Rams have controlled most of the pace in the action, but still scoreless.
Yes, for as critical as I was of the Vermilion defenders, I mean, they've not given up a goal yet. It's a tough strategy to play when you just set so many players back, and I think they're letting Madison get a little deeper than probably you want them to, but still scoreless, 12 minutes in. It's a good start.
Got a substitution as the hold-up here. Bechtel trots off. Swapped out for Paige Mowry.
The Vermilion throw in here. She's got a little bit of an arm on her. She's had a couple big throws so far. Kind of able to switch the field a little bit just off a throw is always a nice accessory to have. Madison has not been clean in their transition from going defending to midfield to the attack. Really kind of missing that gap between the defenders and the midfielder right now. Just trying to play the long ball, or the midfielder's not getting it. Well, Taylor Huff gets in the box again.
Yeah, it's always a good strategy to find 13. Taylor sets it up, and another amazing save. Then the deflection.
This keeper this is phenomenal. She's putting on a show right now. There's 3 would-be goals, I think, and she's made the save to keep it out. Taylor Huff gets on the inline, great ball back. Just right at Abby Rhodes, right place, right time for Abby Rhodes, making a big save again.
Yeah, Adderholt, one-on-one right in front of the net, probably about 5 feet out. And somehow, some way, Eldridge able to come up with the stop, keeping them clean.
In that process, they do give up a corner kick, which Madison's dangerous, but Abby Rhodes again. I'm becoming an Abby Rhodes fan, Brian. I'm impressed with what I've seen so far.
All 0-0, doing her thing, and just a freshman.
It's quite a task for a freshman. Just a couple tournament games, you're playing against the #1 team in the state, and they're just peppering you with shots and just catch it cleanly every time.
The cross, Lewis. Huff, but diving to make yet another stop.
It's a good ball by Nevaeh Lewis. I think that she may be a little fatigued. It's hard to duplicate game speed when you've been out with an injury. You certainly can do all the cardio you can to match that up. Good ball in by Lewis. Huff may have mishit a little bit. That doesn't look as clean as she normally would have. But Abby Rhodes, right place, right time again. Well, this is the play you want if you're Vermilion. It's 2-on-3. Certainly you want to have numbers. I just don't see that coming tonight for Vermilion to have more numbers in the attack. Vermilion's going to get some subs in here.
They're going to swap out 2.
It's one of the things that's tough when you defend. Is it's going to be a little bit of cardio. You're going to be exhausted because you're playing a little bit different style, and especially when you're going against attack like Madison, you just find yourself retreating and defending for what's going to feel probably like 78 of the 80 minutes. If you can get one of those 2 minutes to count for you, then it could be a different night.
Throw into traffic. Sailors squeeze it through. Lindo.
Lindo's got some skill of her own as well. We haven't talked about her yet too much. Certainly leads the team in goals, and I think maybe near the top in assists.
Yeah, definitely leads the team in both categories. 32 goals, 17 assists on the year, so she has been basically their go-to on the offensive end. But when this girl right here gets ahead of steam.
Yeah, that's the touch I haven't seen yet, just that little burst to separate. Oh, defended well again by Vermilion, though. Didn't let her get in at goal.
Yeah, well done by Rose Sewall, and even put it out for a throw-in instead of a corner. Lewis quickly gets it in. Huff is there. Heads it out. Davis tries to set it up middle. And taken away by the Lady Sailors.
It's a good touch to keep that ball in play and keep it in the attack. Nevaeh Lewis, a little behind Huff again.
Taylor with the left foot. Pushes it left side.
Oh. Bit of a light jog there to track that ball down. Vermilion closed down and was able to get out for a throw-in. Looks like she had plenty of time to get there, and maybe not her fastest work there.
16 minutes gone by now. Division II district semifinals. The #1 team in the entire state, Madison.
A bit of a rough touch there for Nevaeh. Certainly not quite back to 100% yet. I mean, still definitely a weapon to have on the field. Very talented, very skillful. I think she's not quite to where she wants to be, I'm guessing, yet.
Yeah, probably needs at least the first half, I would say, to ease in, get back ready for the flow and the pace of the game. But she's shown, at least, like I said, she looks healthy. She's moving well.
Absolutely. She's so fast. I mean, so even if she's not healthy, she's still really fast. And so I think as I watch her, she's a little behind the play in terms of where she's playing the ball and how she's receiving it. But sometimes it just takes a minute to kind of get caught up into the game speed, into the chemistry and the timing of everything.
Here's Huff. She's got a 2-on-3. Trying to stay onside was Lewis. Was able to do so. But then Taylor tried to thread it through. Didn't work out. But Lady Rams come back with it. Now Nevaeh.
Oh, what a step over.
Yeah, great first move. Took a bump. Didn't draw a whistle.
Yeah, fans asking for a foul. I don't know. Looked a little shoulder to shoulder. Not a lot in it. Certainly some contact, but I don't know if enough to warrant a foul, especially in that area of the field. Some more space in the corner for Madison. Kind of plays a panicked ball and doesn't really look up, just kind of passes it in right to Vermilion.
Now Russell is going to shoot one in. She's got Lewis. She's got a step, had it poked away, step over, swing and a miss, but then a shot sails just over top from Matterholt.
Wow, the defensive effort from Vermilion there is terrific. I mean, just staying in front of her, body and upper load, trying to play physical. You know, not if she's going to score, it's not going to be easy. It's a good strategy until you foul. You know, you got to be careful with players at this age. You can play physical in the box, but if you give up a PK, that could be a big game changer for them.
Davis back onto the pitch for the Lady Rams. Swapping out for Cyrus, so they get a senior in there for the freshman. And for right now, boy, you got to give a lot of credit to this defensive unit for Vermilion, and most certainly Abby Rhodes doing a lot of the work too.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, defensively, Vermilion has done enough to not give up a goal. Now, Madison has been repeatedly close, but they've not given up that goal yet. And if you're playing a defensive strategy, that's the most important statistic. I will say Madison has not been super clean in their attack yet. Their timing, their passes, it's not that same Madison style we've grown accustomed to. Part of that could be the pressure of Vermilion. The other part could just be figuring things out. Great cut by Huff again. She's drawing the quadruple team again.
Her ability to just stop on a dime, leap
Oh, what a ball.
over players as Lewis
There it is.
got the first goal of the match. Nevaeh Lewis at the 20-50 mark.
Yeah, you just kind of, you felt it was coming. I mean, she's been so close probably 4 or 5 times already. Abby Rhodes had stopped her a couple times. Offside stopped her one time. She's been inside the 6 a couple times with the ball and has not gotten a goal yet. And there she gets it. Good. I couldn't see what the pass was from, but Nevaeh Lewis again. She's just right spot, right time. Just gets enough on it to put it in the corner. It's all you have to do. There's no need for power when you're so close, and she knows that. And she tucks it away.
So we've got the first score on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Lady Rams strike first just before the midway point here of this opening half.
Here's the tough part if you're Vermilion. If you play a defensive strategy and you get scored on, you can't live in that then because you got to get a goal, otherwise the season's over. Now, but the flip side of that is if you start putting players forward, Madison's good enough, they're going to make you pay.
Lewis tried to turn the corner, but you just see all the white jerseys. They're starting to find out number 30, bit of a difference maker
Absolutely,
out there.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about her before, but her ability to finish is certainly, it's great. But her ability with the ball to cut and get open and find space with the dribble is terrific, especially when you realize she's only a freshman and I think she's still figuring out the game a little bit. So when she kind of figures out her ability and the rest of the game, I think she's going to be a phenomenal player.
Still a lot of varsity minutes to come for the career of Nevaeh Lewis. but off to an incredible start. She's got 12 goals now and has been out of the lineup a lot with injury, so she had quite the debut, as I recall, against Clear Fork. Her first match, hat trick.
First half hat trick. That was a fun opening night. Here we are months later, and she's back at it, doing what we first started seeing at the beginning of the season.
And could potentially get another rematch. Madison and Clear Fork. Lady Colts will be the second half of our doubleheader. They are the number 3 seed. Go toe-to-toe with the number 2 seed Ontario. So stick around for that one. First kick in that match will be 7:45.
It's going to be a fun game tonight. Certainly some talented players on both teams and teams who are familiar with this position. And every time it just kind of comes down to a battle and who can come out on top of that battle. It's going to be a fun second game. But Vermilion's done well to make this a game. You know, I'm a little surprised at the scoreline. I thought Madison would kind of have their way early with them, and they certainly had the opportunities, but just couldn't get the goals. Oh.
Now here's a great attempt right here.
Oh,
Eckenweiler.
What a goal.
Shot. Wow, she blistered that thing near post. Squeezed it just in between the one side and Rhodes.
Yeah, that's a terrific touch inside the box, or maybe right top of the 18. Outside of the right foot, pushes it forward, pushes it around, and then a great finish as well. Just hits it hard, kind of curves away from the keeper. Abby Rhodes has made some big saves tonight, but she may have been blinded by her players there. Doesn't really react to the save, so it may have just come in a little too fast, and she didn't see it coming. Good play by Eckenweiler. That's a good-looking goal.
Her 11th of the season at the 18:27 mark, so Lady Rams shut out for about the first 19 minutes and change. 2 goals here in the last 2 minutes. Just a matter of time for this offense.
It really is. When you watch them, you say they're going to get it. You know, they're going to keep figuring it out. Certainly with where they were getting their looks from, you just felt like it's just moments away. Now, sometimes you play a game where you feel like you're moments away and you never get one, but Madison gets 2 in just a couple minutes in after that. Ooh, bit of a rough turnover there in the back.
Opportunity coming up here for the Lady Sailors. Press forward on offense. Are still keeping 5 girls back, though, Jesse.
Yeah, almost 6 really too. I mean, they're just playing safe. They don't want to keep giving up breakaways. Certainly Madison, and Madison's got the speed to do that. Nevaeh Lewis is checked out and put Eckenweiler up top, but you sub out Nevaeh Lewis, you think there's going to be a break, but Eckenweiler in her own right is one of the fastest players probably on the field still.
A lot of speed on this team.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'd like to see Vermilion try and get a shot off here. It's kind of their first time in the attacking area, but instead they throw it right to Madison.
Lady Rams on the counterattack. Huff pushing forward. She's got a player out wide if she wants it. Taylor, though, she's been known to just dribble through defenses.
Oh, see what the referee's going to give here. He is going to give the foul.
And I think that's the right call.
I think so. They kind of sandwiched her, and from an angle, it looks like she may have knocked the player down, but in Vermilion, the one player didn't really make a play on the ball. Was just trying to get in front of Huff, which is not an easy task.
Lady Sailors form a 5-player wall. And a lot of options on the backside here for Madison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players going to be crashing in.
Yeah, it looks like she's going for the pass. Oh, plays a near post ball.
Davis.
Oh, she lets it run. I think maybe just a foot too long. I don't know why she didn't hit it right away. Just a heads-up play by Huff. Just sees a chance for a shot, but just finds the easy pass in. Defender's on the wrong side. She lets it run right past her and just misses wide.
Yeah, you're right. The one-timer seemed like it probably would have been the proper play there on the Mechanics Bank replay.
Oh, Huff's back in the box already.
Yeah, turning the corner, sets it up beautifully again. Davis sells another.
Well, we might be out of game balls. Goes down into the construction of the new Lexington School.
Yeah, beautiful backdrop. Work never stops out here. And you want to talk about maybe some distractions behind the net, Jesse. It's like having some fans.
Right. It's not a common sight at a high school soccer game to see some bulldozers coming by. I don't know my large equipment well. I'm assuming it's a bulldozer. I couldn't really see all of it. Maybe a backhoe.
We'll give you both of those.
Thanks.
Combination.
A bit of a long pause. I'm not sure if the sub was taking a while to get off or some confusion. Oh, what a touch by Huff.
Sets
Good
it up
left
for
foot,
Neal.
good goal.
Oh,
It's in.
Lily off the right post. Makes it 3-0 in favor of the Lady Rams. They're starting to get it going now.
That's a great touch, great pass by Huff, but Lily just corrects it with the left foot out of the air. Abby Rhodes tries to make a play on it, just can't quite get to it. That's another goal for the Rams.
And just such a plethora of talent for Madison.
Boy, that's a good finish. That's a clinical finish with striking that ball. Left foot, follows through, hits the post, and goes in. What a good goal for the Rams. That's a couple good goals in just a matter of minutes now.
3 goals for Madison in the last 5 minutes, 30 seconds. They certainly can score in bunches, and 2 of their goals coming from freshmen.
Yeah, they're back in the box with the ball at their feet already. Vermilion had the kickoff, and Madison took it and is now about to score again.
Down the end line,
Ooh.
Huff somehow kept it in play.
That's a play I don't see her make. Usually she plays that ball diagonally back, and her player was right there, but I think either mishit it or saw something else, but right into the defender's feet, right on the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick for Vermilion. This has been a struggling point for Vermilion. They're not able to clear the Madison line. Madison will stop right about 30, 40 yards away, and then they're first to the ball every time, and they're back in the attack within just seconds after a Vermilion goal kick.
Off the latest, again, first to the ball will be Madison. Carey shoots it out here. She's got Chesney Davis. Went for the big cross, and then the deflection throwing coming up for the Lady Rams.
Vermilion's dropped about 10 players back in the box now.
Eckenweiler off the cross,
What a
back
ball.
post. Had Huff waiting for it. She lined
just
up that
teed
one-timer.
She saw it. That's a good ball in still.
Taylor drops to her knee, and this one's going to sail wide right from Neal, looking for her second.
She hit one with the left foot, hit it clean, hit the right foot, hit it a little off. Madison's got a couple players able to strike with both feet. They're just so versatile. I mean, the players just kind of freely rotate around. They go from midfield, they go up to the striker, and they're still dangerous, they're still fast, they're still skilled. Madison is a tough out in this tournament, undoubtedly.
Chesney overran that one. Now the Sailors send one into Lady Ram territory. Gives Madison a chance to reverse fields. As that one rolls out, so a throw-in coming up far side for Vermilion.
Vermilion just struggled to really get more than a play together. I mean, the goal kicks are going back to Madison, throw-ins are routinely going back to Madison. Just got to hold on to that ball a little bit, get the first touch, and see if you can find at least one pass out of it. Try and separate some of the Madison defenders.
Head of steam here for Taylor Huff. Great move.
Just got Carey on the backside. Oh, it's terrific. Oh,
she missed it.
Oh, it's a great build-up. She's timed her run. Taylor Huff kept it, made the right play. Just puts it a little wide. She hit such a good shot earlier. He's tough, does well. Just gets the ball wide of the box. Carey just kind of hits off the side of her foot, I think, more than she wanted to, and kind of glances forward and wide rather than right in the goal.
Yeah, that's probably one that she makes 9 out of 10 times right there.
Absolutely. She had a great shot earlier, probably higher in the difficulty level. One that might be a little bit easier, and she puts it wide. Sometimes that's the way it goes.
Stanfield throws it in. Davis to Huff. Another nice read to Neal.
Just watch Huff play out of the double teams. It's just fun. I mean, just such a vision for the game and just finding players, the right pace on the ball, right space. Just keeps that ball moving.
Don't know that I've ever seen a player quite as gifted as her playing with so many players around her in traffic and just doing it so with such a deadly accuracy.
Absolutely. And she'll be the first to tell you what makes her so good is having skilled teammates. There you see a shot she doesn't normally miss, kind of rolls up her leg a little bit. But, you know, you can be a really good player on a bad team and not to go unnoticed, but certainly not have the success that she's had. But because she's so skilled and the rest of the team is so skilled, it just elevates everybody together.
Yeah, what a senior class this is for Madison. I mean, collectively, I think they've only lost 6-7 matches in their 4 years that they've been in high school, of course, unblemished this year. And there's a couple members of local media here, Kurt Conrad, along with Jake Furr, join us a lot on some of our shows, so we always appreciate them. But, yeah, back to the senior class. I mean, so decorated when you look at Eckenweiler, Davis, Eldridge has had an awesome career. So the list goes on and on. Trinity Tucker, great player. Russell does a great job for them on the back line.
Yeah, obviously next year it's going to be a different Madison team next year. Now they're very talented. I think they'll still be good, but you are losing a lot of goals, a lot of positions, a lot of different things from a team that's been very successful. So it'll be an interesting year. Certainly have a new feel to it, but I think the expectations will still be high for this Madison team. There's still some quality players here. What's fun about teams like this, and I've had the privilege of coaching a few like this, is you have really good players who don't even make it in the game sometimes because your top team is so loaded. You've got girls in this case on the bench who would probably start at most programs, but on your team, because of the level you're at right now, they don't see a lot of minutes, and so you have players just waiting for their moment to get those minutes, and all of a sudden, once they get their chance, you stay really good.
And I think what's been unique for Madison, they've played a really challenging schedule, of course, so in a lot of the matches against the better teams, they didn't get in some of these younger players, but boy, they've got a lot of freshmen that have logged a ton of minutes, Jesse, and have scored some goals for them, so I think that the experience definitely is going to be there next year for them. It won't be new at the varsity level for some of these sophomores.
Absolutely, that's very true. What's interesting is, what a touch. What a go!
Oh,
Abby
wow.
Rhodes, big
Great
save. I thought I was going to go over the fingertips there, but Abby Rhodes again.
I'm with you.
Catches it cleanly.
Must do fingertip push-ups or something, man. She was able to squeeze that baby, keep it from going into the back. Check this out.
It's a good shot. It's good looking. Oh, she kind of just knocks it in her own hands. That's a big play. 'Cause I thought I got her. She was a little off her line. I thought they found her. And she does well to kind of catch it, bring it down, and not give up a goal.
So now the Lady Sailors and Lindo trying to do something with it, but Jamison comes up with the theft, pushing it forward. She's got Likens.
Ooh, just mistimed that a little bit, or I guess misplayed it more so.
But you see the attention that Taylor Huff always draws. 2 players with her stride for stride pretty
ball.
much, no matter where she goes. Was able to sneak through, get ahead on that, but
Chesney Davis, that's a terrific ball in. She made a second run wide. Madison got stopped the first time, makes a second run wide. They find her. She plays a great ball in the box, and Taylor Huff just puts a little wide of the goal.
throw in on the way for the Lady Rams. The freshman back gets it in. Finds Huff. She turns. She's got some space. They'll go into the turf for the save. Rhodes.
Abby Rhodes, it's another big save. Those are not easy to come out kind of at an angle like that. It's hard. It's on the ground. You got a player running right at your head. I mean, she's just playing no fear right now and just making all the saves she can.
A 1-on-5 opportunity really here for Penton. Trying to make the most of it.
She's got some foot skills at least. I mean, she's getting deep in the box.
But Russell there with her, step for step.
Let's see if Vermilion can make a play out of this. You've got to get the first touch off this throw, and it can't go directly to Madison. You've got it in an advantageous area. You can get some players forward. Be a little more risky here. You just see if you can at least get it to your team to keep possession and maybe get a shot off. That's right back to Madison.
And I don't know that they've completed a throw-in yet.
No, not a lot. They had one that went over the head of Madison. But, yeah, their throw-ins have been pretty much directly at the Madison players.
Here's Huff. She's got Sierra Likens, the sophomore, on the other side. Taylor looking to do it all herself. Comes to a complete stop. Now turns left. Oh, just off the mark.
She just routinely dribbled through a triple team. Like it was no big deal. Just a small little cut around. Beats 1, 2, 3 players, then gets the shot off. There's 2 things at play there. 1, if you're Vermilion, that can't happen. 2, I realize she's All-American, so I know why that's happening. I mean, she's a phenomenal player, but if you're a Vermilion defender, you can't just all stay in the middle and not provide any coverage for each other. With one touch getting beat by one player is never good. There's another good ball in by Chesney Davis right to Huff. Oh.
Yeah, she sets it up well. Likens. Probably a bit unselfish there. Got it back from Eckenweiler.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a shot or a pass. Certainly went wide, and it ended up in a near dangerous position again for Madison. But
Lindo having to come back and play defense, and pressure there by Adderholt.
I wonder if Nevaeh Lewis's night is done, if they just want to get her about 15 minutes, get a goal, get a workout in, kind of rest her for the next game.
See, she's actually over on the sideline talking to Zach Huff right now, getting a drink. I'd probably get her back in, maybe not here in this first half, but log a few more minutes in the second half. Just got to keep that cardio conditioning up. It's a little bit different game shape.
Absolutely. That'd be one thing I would be kind of curious and want to push a little bit, would be the cardio factor. And certainly the more she played, the better she looked. But also, you want to make sure she's ready for the next one. Not that this game is over necessarily, but certainly Madison is in control. 3-0, outshooting them a lot to 0. So it certainly just feels that Madison's going to run away with this.
Lindo looking to change all of that, but Russell is there. Athletic play by Chesney Davis to keep it in, and now Stanfield. Nice pass.
Chesney Davis has just been lighting up the passes right now. It's probably 3 or 4. They've just been difficult passes. Another good skill there by Huff. Back post is open. Oh, she didn't play.
Taylor taking her time, carving up the defense.
Oh, went right at Abby Rhodes. Abby Rhodes, right place, right time, makes another big save. Taylor Huff had the whole goal to go to and went right at the feet of Abby Rhodes.
Challenged the freshman, who has come through more often than not here in this first half.
I'm a little surprised Taylor did not play the ball to the back post. She had one of her players sitting there wide open. She kept it and still got a shot off inside the 6. Not like it was the wrong play, but usually you see her make that extra play.
And for the first time tonight, Eldridge actually gets to touch the ball.
I think Vermilion just looks fatigued. They've basically been defending for probably 95% of the first 40 minutes or so. That'll wear on you mentally and physically when you just have to retreat back and then try not to get beat with the skill of Madison.
Heckenweiler set up the defender, goes right around her. And now here's Penton. Poked away. So Madison's defense has not been challenged much, but when they have, Taylor Russell certainly has made a lot of good plays along with Stanfield.
My word, that's a terrific pass. Chesney Davis is just lighting it up with the passes right now.
And look at Huff, 4 girls around her. There's got to be some options.
Absolutely, there it is. Oh, it goes wide again.
So the freshman back pulls that one a bit wide.
Love the vision of Chesney Davis right now. I mean, she is just putting the ball at the right place to make her team get a quality look at goal. I don't know that they come away with a goal from her yet, but certainly she's putting the right ball in for Madison to score some more.
And to your point about the girls on the bench that don't necessarily get opportunities because of how good these seniors have been, I mean, a lot of the accolades and the headlines will go to Taylor Huff because she's the best player, maybe even the entire state. But there's a lot of really top-flight players on this Madison team that complement her as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's why they're number 1 in the state. That's why they are where they are. You can have a really good player and still be a bad team. They've got a really good player amongst really good players.
Little side spin on that one from Huff. Vermilion able to clear, but here's Stanfield. She's going to punch it right back into the box. Taylor's there. But diving right there to make the play is Rhodes once again.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
It's numerous Madison players they know where to put the ball to get into a dangerous spot in the field. You just watch them. They know when to play it wide. They know how to put in the box. They're moving the ball so well right now. Well, the referee takes it right in the back, maybe the lower back even, depending on what you're watching.
Now Natalie back.
What an extra pass.
Shifts it. But, man, Rhodes gets the gloves on it, and she has been lights out. When she's had an opportunity to come over and make saves, she's batting about 1,000.
Absolutely, yeah. She's doing well to make the save she's supposed to be making. One of the goals, I think she got blocked a little bit, couldn't really see it. The other ones are just shots that no one's going to save. But here's a little bit of an attack for Vermilion.
Olivia Penton.
Turned into 1-on-4.
Man, what a tough position that her and Lindo have been in here tonight. Trying to go 1-on-4 pretty much the entire duration of when they've touched the ball.
Absolutely. I know Vermilion's probably not – I looked at their schedule, and Vermilion's not seen a team quite like Madison in terms of skill and ability. So there's that. You know, they probably are not normally as defensively minded as they are tonight. But as you watch them – Taylor Huff turns it over a little bit on the breakaway. As you watch them, you can tell they're not quite used to the spacing and speed of the Madison defenders. I mean, they're patient when they go to attack the ball, and then they just make the right play repeatedly.
Well, it'd be hard to certainly mimic these Lady Rams in practice. I mean, how do you really get prepared for a match such as this?
Absolutely, yeah. If you've not seen this competition throughout the year, and if you're not used to this is a bit of a kind of a wake-up when you get here to realize how fast they are. It's probably the thing you can't duplicate. There is probably 7 or 8 really fast players on this team.
Final seconds here of this opening half, and it's going to close out with the Lady Rams on top 3-0 on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. They were absolutely dominant in that first half, probably had about 95% of the possession. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. We'll have some halftime stats, break things down for you, and get you ready for the second 40 minutes. Keep it locked in, live and free. Girls High School Soccer will return on the OH Report. Hey, will you see if Weaver can help us out with these?
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
Halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, where Madison is on top at the half, 3-0 over Vermilion. And we want to know where you, the fans, are watching from tonight. Weigh in on the comments section on Facebook and also on YouTube, and tell us, how are you taking in tonight's contest? We will get graphics queued up for the fan zone to let everybody know where you are in the great wide world on the web. So keep it locked in. We'll be right back with halftime stats. Get you queued up for the second half. Fan zone on the way here on the OH Report. Hallelujah.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
subscribe or be subscribed.
It's halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. The #1 team in the state on top, 3-0. Brian Skronsky and Jesse Ryder with you here to paint the picture of how we have gotten to this point. And you could argue that it should be a lot worse for the Lady Sailors right now than just a 3-0 deficit. The 12 shots on goal for Madison, but it felt like a whole lot more, Jesse.
It was a dominant performance by Madison. I mean, the 12 shots on goal, I think they had 21 shots total. And certainly the shots that they had on goal were certainly quality shots. They're getting inside the 6. Abby Rhodes coming up big for Vermilion. 9 saves, and some of those were some big saves, not easy saves. So that's a good half. I know she got 3 scored on her, but Abby Rhodes did a nice job in net for the Lady Sailors. But it's just been so dominant for Madison. You just get to see how good they are, how fast they are, how skilled they are. But tonight you're seeing a little bit of how smart they are. They're making the right play routinely. What's interesting is this Madison team normally finishes quite a few of those opportunities they've had tonight. And so to come away, I'm going to say only 3. Only 3 goals in the first half is a little surprising because they've had so many quality chances in front of the net.
Without question, and they've had a lot of girls get into the mix. I don't have an exact count, but a lot of freshmen getting in there. You know, they use their substitutions, and they go very deep into the bench. Zach Huff has a full roster out here. You know, 2 freshmen right now for them account for 2 of the 3 goals at this point, along with Carrie Eckenweiler. So it's a really deep Madison roster. Goes well beyond Taylor Huff and Eckenweiler and Chesney Davis and some of these other girls. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough out, Jesse, for anybody, and Vermilion's going to have their hands full in the second half.
Absolutely, yeah. Vermilion, and we're not seeing anything that's going to say Vermilion's going to make a comeback in the second half. They're going to have to mount some sort of offense, get the ball in the attacking third. What they've struggled with so far is once they get in the attacking third, they've not really completed a lot of passes up there, partly because they drop so many players back on defense. There's not a lot of options available. And so when you get there, it's a little bit of that panic soccer where you try and make a play, but when it's 1-on-7, that can be a difficult statistic to overcome. So I don't know how Vermilion's going to overcome a 3-goal deficit, just not having the skill that Madison does, but it's why you play the game.
And we see you out there commenting in the Facebook feed, and we see you. We're going to get prepared with the fan zone and show you guys where everybody is watching from. Take one more time out. We'll be back with second half action, Girls Division II semifinals at the district ground. We'll be right back.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
Second half action just about set to get underway here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Girls D2 District Semifinals, the top seed, Madison, ranked #1 in the entire state, looking to remain undefeated, and so far looking pretty good for them. They've got a 3-0 advantage over #6 Vermilion at this point. First touch here of half #2 will belong to the Lady Sailors, and we'll see if they change up their strategy now that the score is what it is. Jesse, will they have to start sending more players forward? Because they packed it in. Boy, they had about 9 girls playing defense in that first half.
Absolutely. Looks like they're running a bit of a set play here off the kickoff, and Madison's going to get it back within 2 touches. So tough set play. Nevaeh Lewis back on the field for the Rams as well. Maybe she'll get her 15 minutes in the second half. Just keep working on that cardio, keep working on the touches. A throw in for Vermilion right in front of us.
It's taken. Well done there by Penton. But off the turnover, and here's Lewis coming middle. And she's going to draw a whistle. Bit of a tough call.
Referee was right there, and then they went kind of foot to foot on the ball with the contact, and the contact took her down, but did not think that was a foul. But referee was right there, called a whistle. Now Vermilion's in the attacking third.
And this is as deep as the Lady Sailors have been all night. Lindo tried to turn the corner, but Tucker was waiting for her.
Yeah, Tucker was playing on the end line. She tried to cut back in the end line. You just got to kind of take the space that's given to you. Vermilion has struggled to keep possession off the throw-in so far. Just been a bit of a rough time in this area. Again, Madison's first to the ball for a deep Vermilion throw-in.
The woes continue, off the throw-ins for Vermilion. But they'll get another crack at it right here with Lindo, the captain. Puts it into traffic. Header is by the Lady Rams, and now Huff.
Yeah, Vermilion definitely got, looks like about 5 or 6 players forward that time. They're trying to press a little bit, maybe at least get a shot off on goal, or look for a goal here to start the second half. And what's interesting about Madison, even if you pack the box a little bit, Madison, they're very skilled on the counterattack, but they're really good at possession too. Oh, good pass by Nevaeh. Taylor got tripped up a little bit.
Now this one sent back post. Ooh. Nearly played the angle flawlessly, but it will roll over the end line. But, man, that was pretty close.
That's a good opportunity. The question is, was it a pass or was it a shot? Very close to a goal, but they kind of had that style that if you're that part of the field, you're looking for the back post for Taylor. Looks like Vermilion may have started the game with 12 players, which is another tactic to try if you're playing against Madison. I don't know.
It's a great strategy and pretty bold, but I like that they at least tried it right there.
Yeah, usually referees are counting before the kickoff there, but either he miscounted or didn't count. Either way, we're back to 11 on 11, I'm assuming.
It definitely felt like Vermilion had more options there for the first 2 minutes than they had.
It's easier to press, so you can sit back when you get, yeah.
So what type of impact will that make now that it's 11 on 11 with Carey getting it in? Nevaeh tried to use her body and turn the corner, but now Huff, boy, she's just been toying with kids here tonight like she's a cat with her little ball of yarn.
That's a great description. I like it. And certainly her foot skills are, I mean, just side to side, she just separates so quickly with the touch and then accelerate. I mean, her foot skills are good, but her speed makes her foot skills that much better. So she can separate with the touch and then beat you with the speed. It's a dangerous corner in. Oh, kind of cleared Abby Rhodes out of there.
Oh, yeah, it did. The goal was wide open, but the ball made its way through. And another opportunity coming up on the other side now for the Lady Rams, and it'll be Chesney Davis, who you complimented in the first half. She was on fire with those passes.
Yeah, just, I mean, putting the ball at the right spot every time she touches it. Let's see if she can do the same on the corner.
This one's sent in low. Vermilion got the first touch. Now Huff low into the crowd. Still up for grabs. Rhodes makes another save.
I think it was a kick save there. It's just, her positioning is terrific. I mean, just ball kind of just trickles out of there and just rifled in. That may have been her defender even that made that save for her, actually, as I see it again. But just, I mean, her positioning is helping her be a really good keeper right now, let alone just the technique of catching and approaching the ball. But her positioning is great.
Lewis had the one-timer. Now Eckenweiler took a shot to the face, it looked like, from Rhodes. That was mean.
And the ball just kind of flicks up there. Carrie Eckenweiler gets up, heads it. Abby Rhodes just makes her pay for it. Not going to make it easy for her.
See Carrie fixing her hair, though. She's back to looking her normal self.
Yeah, the struggles of the Vermilion goal kick are still here. Right back to Madison. When you can't get the ball off throw-ins and goal kicks, you find yourself defending for the majority of the game. And that's what we've seen so far tonight is Vermilion just not able to connect. When they have the ball and the ball is stopped, they still cannot keep possession.
Lewis squeezes it through. Taylor fighting for it. Rhodes comes out.
What a play.
Now
That's a
set up.
terrific play.
Wow. Great setup by the senior All-American, and on the other end, the sensational freshman.
Well, the pass from Nevaeh Lewis was absolutely terrific. Taylor Huff takes the touch to beat Abby Rhodes, but just gets away from her a little bit. So veteran move, did not force a shot, not kick it out of bounds, but just turn back, find that open player in the box, and Nevaeh Lewis gets another second of the night, making the most of her 15 minutes of each half. I like it.
You see the big smile on number 30's face. Imagine, God, she's got to feel so good returning back to action at the best time, tournament time.
Absolutely. This would be a fun team to play with. As you watch them play, they make the right play. They make the unselfish play. They're fast. They're skilled. They're disciplined. I mean, they are a fun team to watch attack. Obviously, they're good defensively, but they're so dangerous offensively too.
They definitely know how to keep their spacing, and they got the girls, when they get the ball, that can make you pay for it at any given spot on the field. So,
yeah, Coach Huff has done a terrific job of just teaching players that when the ball is in this position, we want to put the ball to this position. And you can watch every player that just about for Madison. They know if the ball is here, I need to get on the back post. I need to look up. I need to find the extra. And the players are just doing the right things right now to be a really good team.
And one of my favorite places to watch a Madison game is near Zach Huff down on the sideline, because he is so critical of these girls in all the best ways. He just demands that you raise the bar and that you always make the perfect play. And I think that's gone a long way to getting them to this point where they are here, trying to go to state for the third time in the last 4 years. I mean, this is one of the top programs in the state now. That they've definitely built something special.
Absolutely. And if you're competing for a state champion, you need that drive. You need that determination. Taylor Huff getting in the box again with the ball at her feet.
And again, just playing with kids. It's not fair. She sets up Nevaeh again, and she's got her second goal. Hat trick for the freshman.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Taylor Huff just was dribbled 1, 2, a third defender, and then because she beat 3 defenders, Nevaeh Lewis is wide open in the middle of the field, just finding the corner.
I mean, she looks like a dad in her backyard just playing with her kids and trying to, show them that, hey, I'm still boss. I'm still the best around here. Just
absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the skills are just on another level for her. I mean, just her touch to go, just separate from a defender, and then separate, just keeping her head up, and is constantly looking to find the extra player. She knew she beat 3 defenders, and when you beat 3 defenders, there's going to be an open player, especially when you're in that part of the field. She did it. She found her, and Madison gets rewarded with her 5th goal of the night.
And that's what's so remarkable about Taylor is that she probably could have way more than the 25 goals that she entered tonight's match with. What excited her when I interviewed her just before the start of the season was that she could have been in line for the state's all-time assist record. That's what made her smile. That's what she was most excited to chase after. And she's got 20 assists now on the season. I mean, she can dish them out with the best of them.
Yeah, she may get a couple more tonight the way this has kind of opened up a little bit.
So it's now 5-0. Madison in total control here and looking to get healthier on the scoreboard as Eckenweiler.
That's the right play. Again, just Nevaeh checks into open space. Carrie Eckenweiler found her. Oh, she missed it. You don't see her miss a lot. She missed one of her shots. She got into the box. Eyes were up. I think she saw how big the goal was and just kicks that a little bit. Normally she tucks that away in the bottom corner. They mishit it just a little bit, but another good build-up from the Rams. Carrie Eckenweiler makes the right play to free up Nevaeh Lewis. Nevaeh Lewis in the right spot. No goal, but good build-up.
And how often do you make the statement, makes the right play? It seems like pretty much every time for Madison that they're making the play that you should make.
I think there's 7 players that I trust to make the right play when they have the ball at their feet. As I'm watching this game unfold, there are 7 players I think that have that experience and that veteran leadership to know it's not about me just having the ball. It's what can I do with the ball and how can I put my team in a dangerous position. And you watch these girls, and they just know what to do with the ball.
And speaking of dangerous positions, how about this set piece set up for Huff about 23 yards out? Plays it near side Lewis. Into traffic, about 5-6 white jerseys around her, somehow nearly snuck through.
I think Vermilion's asking for the foul, but they had the ball. And the referee gave advantage, and I think they were a little confused by that. But they do come away with the ball now, and they're going to kick it probably back to Madison, it looks like.
This may stay in play. It does to the last second. Now Tucker kept it inbounds. Looked like it might set something up for Vermilion, and still working for it. Here come the Lady Sailors with a shot.
Hey, that's a good-looking shot. I've seen a lot of that from Vermilion tonight, but testing the keeper a little bit.
And it comes from Maria D., another freshman, and man, the youth movement definitely in full effect here tonight. So many of these babies, 9th graders, all over the field.
I think a lot of that's attributed to these girls playing at high levels throughout the year on the club teams and on quality younger academy and youth teams, that when you get to here, you're a little more ready than maybe the average player to be able to take field and play with the varsity team. Certainly when you talk about freshmen playing with Madison, you have a state championship level team, and then you add 2 freshmen to the mix, and all of a sudden one freshman is arguably one of the best players on the team, and the other freshman's contributing at a high level. That's the right pass again. Ooh, a little behind her though. Right idea.
Yeah, just misfired, but she's going to get another chance at it. But deflected again from Lewis.
Yeah,
Eckenweiler there, though, to keep it in the attacking third.
Yeah, Madison just kind of finds space repeatedly. Not going to force anything. Oh, it's a brilliant move by Huff. And again. And it's the right. Oh.
Yeah, set it up front of the net. Sailors looking to clear. And they will momentarily.
Just not much going for the Vermilion offense tonight.
Well, it's tough sledding against this back line with Stanfield and company, Trinity Tucker. I mean, that's 3 seniors back there, 3 veterans that have played a ton of soccer matches at a high level for this club.
Absolutely. Vermilion is just trying to go forward when they get the ball. I think you just got to hold it up. You got to be patient. You got to see if you can just bring another player into the mix. I realize that you're talking about doing that against one of the top teams in the state of Ohio. It's not an easy thing to do, but they're just going forward and losing the ball, and then they're out of position, and Madison's in the attack with seconds later. So I think you just got to be a little more patient in the attack. I know you're not getting a lot of chances to go forward, but if you can find another player to join you in the attack, it'll be a lot easier rather than trying to dribble against 4 Madison defenders.
And I imagine this has to be so frustrating for Lindo and Penton. I mean, those 2 players combined, they're averaging about 3.5 goals per game on average. So the fact that I don't think either of them even has a shot in this match is probably a little bit shocking to them. They're probably used to having through balls come up to them, and they're just so much gifted, or so much better and more gifted than the competition that they've played up to this point, that they can make it happen, but not against these girls.
Absolutely. This is 2 different levels of team. Vermilion is a good team. I think Madison is a great team. Vermilion they've got some players who can play. Oh, Nevaeh Lewis
keeps it in play.
Save. Oh, the referee called it out. It looked in from here. Now I realize I'm not on the line, and I'm farther away, but the referee signaled it out. It's going to be a goal kick. I thought she made the right play to keep it in play, but maybe just ran a little too much on her.
Lewis is going to check out at the 28-minute mark, so perhaps her night will be done. And, boy, she did work. 3 goals.
Yeah,
made the most.
She played 30 minutes and got a hat trick. You average a goal every 10 minutes. That's a decent statistic. But I think if you're Coach Huff, that's exactly what you wanted to see tonight. Let's get some minutes in. Let's maybe take a hit or 2 and just trying to get worked back in. Make sure she's game ready. That way, for the next game, she's kind of just 1 step farther along than she was in the process. Sometimes those injuries, you don't want them to linger, so you don't want to just kind of belittle the point. I can't remember exactly what her injury was to begin with, but there's a good ball into Eckenweiler again.
Yeah, set up well by Russell. Carey. Sends left
foot. What a ball. Oh. Wait, I don't think Huff has found the back of the net tonight.
She has not.
A couple great assists, some good-looking shots, but no goals for Taylor Huff.
And that one sails.
I think Abby Rhodes kind of I don't know that she made the save necessarily, but she certainly disrupted the play where Taylor Huff could not tap it in.
Abby Rhodes certainly has been the Vermilion MVP so far in this match. I mean, it's 5-0, and typically you would say, hey, boy, your keeper's having a rough night, but she hasn't. She's been a standout.
She's made it, so it's not 10-0 is what she's done, yeah. I think that's where you see a little bit of the inexperience from Madison. That's a play everybody else is making. You're able to play it wide, keep possession, and she just kind of hits it a little harder than she needs to. There's Chesney Davis. That's another ball in.
Oh, here's T. Huff, and there is her first goal. So Taylor Huff had dished out a couple of assists. Now she gets into the scoring column, and the Lady Rams extend their advantage 6-0.
Referees are instructing the clock to continue to run here after the 6-goal advantage. A little confusion here, trying to figure that out. There it goes. That's another great pass from Chesney Davis. I'm not sure of her assist count tonight, but certainly the plays that she is making are the right play, and they are dangerous plays. And Taylor Huff, she's been around the goal a lot tonight. Had a couple shots, a couple right at Abby Rhodes, a couple just a little wide, and then there she tucks that one away in the back of the net.
And here is Taylor again.
Yeah, just the angle, the pace, I mean, everything is just right on that play. Carrie Eckenweiler is going to get the ball in the box again. She's got someone open in the middle if she can play it across.
She's going to take it down to the touchline, slides, and it must have been just over.
Looks like the center ref has called that on his own. He's right there.
So Vermilion's going to set up for what feels like about their 50th goal kick here of the night.
Yeah, here's the interesting dilemma for Coach Huff is you've got a big game looming with either Ontario or Clear Fork. One team that played you pretty tough and one that tied you. And so you want your girls to be in top shape. And so you want to keep them healthy, but also you want them to be in top cardio form. And so they've won their last 2 games 11-0, 11-0. Tonight's making its way to that as well. And so how long do you leave your starters in to kind of keep them in shape and keep them kind of 80 minutes match fit? Sometimes that's the tough wrestling match if you want to be healthy, but you want to be in shape. And so which one gives?
Huff had it poked away, being really patient.
What?
And she gets whistled for the contact.
I don't know. What?
I don't
know.
You see the look on her face?
Maybe the ball hit her hand is the only thing I could think of. I don't know. I'm not sure what else that could have happened in that position there, but she kind of went down after the Vermilion player slid in and took her out, and then maybe the ball hit her hand. I don't know. I'm not sure what he called, but it's 6-0, so the fans are pretty content to just let that go. A different game. I think you might hear a few different things, but
yeah, and Taylor too. Like the look on her face was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's 6-0.
I think everything was okay if there's not going to be a whistle, but then there was a whistle, and then it was going the other way, and just adds to confusion.
Lady Rams looking to stay on the attack with Davis. 2 Davises. Davis is ×2 out there on the right side.
It was the first pass that Chesney Davis made that someone was not in the right spot to hit. That's a statistic that oftentimes goes unnoticed, except by, that was bending a little bit. Passes completed is certainly something that is going to leave a direct impact on the game. When you have the ball, can you keep the ball, and can you put the ball into a dangerous area? And Chesney Davis has done that tonight, just constantly getting the ball and then making the right play, and Madison being the beneficiary of that.
Vermilion looked like they had numbers developing, as that'll be a handball on the Lady Sailors.
Taylor Huff wanted the quick restart, and her teammate wasn't quite ready for it. Eckenweiler's going to get it wide and get in the box again.
And she's done a nice job just using her speed. Whoa.
Yeah,
no whistle there.
I think she got the ball, and then Eckenweiler fell over, I think.
Okay.
I think referee was looking right at it. Yeah. Also, I think it's different if it's not 6-0. I just think you call the game a little bit different, especially if it's in the box like that.
This is where Carrie has been exceptional. Getting it down in the corner and then off the cross. Huff there battling, but loses the battle, if you will. So another goal kick for Vermilion.
Madison's going to bring in 3 subs now. Let's see who's coming off. None of the starters yet, it looks like. Maybe some of the younger players rotating around a little bit. Bringing Bechtel back into the game as well. So Coach Huff's going to leave him out there, let him compete for a little bit longer.
And I don't believe that Huff has taken a seat at any time tonight.
It's a great touch by Bechtel to win the ball and get it right to Huff's feet. It's a good shot by Huff right at Abby Rhodes.
Yeah, had some good pace on it, kept it low, but Abby there to make yet another stop. She's well into double digits on the evening.
Here's a sub I'm surprised to see. It looks like they're going to be subbing out Abby Rhodes in just a second. So maybe Abby Rhodes is a versatile field player, or maybe just got a senior goalkeeper going to work in and get some minutes here, kind of wrap up their season as they're down by 6. Not sure what the idea is. Perhaps one of those things. We just want to get a different player in there, kind of end their season, let them play a little bit. Abby Rhodes, big save again.
Yeah, she'll go out on a high note, and they will be checking in a senior keeper, that being Sierra Cassidy. So let her finish out her varsity career over the last 20 minutes against the #1 team of the state.
Yeah, if you're a senior keeper, I don't know. I get that you want to play, but playing against this Madison team, you better be ready to go.
Nice cross just through the wicker basket there of Jenica Tatum.
The Madison throw here, deep, nearly a corner kick. It's going to be thrown for Madison. Madison sent a lot of players forward because why not?
Yeah, just one player back deep, Phyllis Stanfield, at about midfield. Now Bechtel launches, back post, skips out of play. And we asked and you weighed in, Fan Zone on the way. Where in America are people watching from tonight? How about Mindy in Mount Gilead? She's rooting for number 17, Alyssa Finley, her friend and old neighbor. I love the cap there. Brian Miller watching from Ontario, Ohio, just down the road, so he'll get to see the Lady Warriors playing here soon. Rita out in Mansfield, checking in and watching, I assume cheering on the Lady Rams. And how about our own camera guy, Storm? Yo, what's going on? This is Storm watching from the camera. Hello, Storm.
Does he have a glamour shot? Is that a glamour shot for his Facebook profile?
Yeah, we all have glam shots here
like
at the
it, Storm.
Report, Jesse. I'm surprised that you don't have them. We'll have to get you fixed
apparently
up.
I need to get mine. Just my family. Sorry, guys. I don't
Boring.
What's it? He had a glamour shot with a camera in his hand. I feel like it's confusing.
Oh, yeah. That's what we do here at the OH Report, Jesse. We look to confuse but look good while we're doing it. So,
what a motto. What a motto to live by.
Company policy right there.
Vermilion get some players forward. She held it up a little bit. Oh, just couldn't come away with the ball. It's the right play, though. She's still working back to get it. But somehow, unfortunately, touched away right to Taylor Huff in the attacking area.
She sends one left foot, and the first save made by the senior keeper is a pretty good one. Coming from the defending Division II Player of the Year.
Yeah, Vermilion just not really pressuring the ball. They're not really working to get any goal kicks, punts, throw-ins. They just kind of stand and watch. You know, Madison is just running to grab that ball quickly. And so they come away with it just about nearly every time.
Huff sends one out wide.
See if she plays Eckenweiler.
And we've got yet another Lady Ram goal. It is now 7-0.
That's another assist for Huff, too. I'm not sure what her total assist is. I think that's 4, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. 4 assists tonight. Just kind of lofts it there at the near post. The keeper couldn't quite get up to make the save. To get to the puts in the top corner.
The latest goal from Jenica Tatum. The Lady Rams getting right back at it.
Yeah, just every free kick has gone right to Madison. Kirshner there, getting forward. She had a shot earlier in the game right at the keeper. Gets the ball right top of the box again.
And here's Chesney. Sends back post.
Oh, keeper.
The keep is there, but it sets it up. Oh, nice save by the defender.
Oh, good extra pass.
But Huff, again, with the left foot. She's got 2 now. 2 goals in less than a minute. One set up by Huff. The second put away.
Yeah, you watch this Madison team. If you look away, all of a sudden they just score a bunch of goals when you turn back to them. First half we saw about 5 goals in just a matter of minutes. Here it's just been a couple goals again in a matter of minutes. Looks like Chesney Davis, Carrie Eckenweiler, and Taylor Huff have all checked out of the game. That may slow things down a little bit for the Rams in their attack, or not if Vermilion keeps giving them the ball off their free kicks here. Kickoff for the Sailors.
Yeah, it should be an opportunity. There's a lot of freshmen now out on the field for Madison, for Vermilion to do what they typically, I guess, would do against opponents that they've played this year. We'll see if they can't at least try to challenge a little bit here in the attacking third.
There's a little bit of that. I mean, saw her speed and pace with the ball. She's able to get 4 in the box. Vermilion's had this ball in this position a couple times tonight, but has not come away with the ball. It goes right to Madison every time. Let's see if they can maybe just hold on to possession a little bit.
Ooh, they do. They completed a throw-in.
Good. They've still got the ball. She can put it in the box maybe.
Lindo turns, sizing up the defender. Now unloads, but it's going to skip out of play.
It's all right. It's a bit of a frustration play, but it's a good play. They're putting it on the back post. Maybe has a chance to go in. You've got a player near the ball there, but we saw improvement. Right, they kept it throwing. They got a scoring opportunity from it. So I think that's important to recognize. If you're Vermilion, you got to take advantage of those situations. You can't just give this Madison team the ball all night. We see the Ontario Warriors have made their entrance into the stadium. They'll be the second half of our doubleheader tonight, going against the Clear Fork Colts. Should be a fun one.
And that's the one coming into tonight, obviously, you felt would be the competitive matchup. Ontario had the run of play the first time that they played Clear Fork. I believe they shut them out 4-0. However, no Kyla Spencer tonight. She is at home in quarantine. So how much of a difference is that going to make? The stud sophomore not going to be in the lineup, but I do believe that the Lady Warriors have a couple of players that were out in their sectionals that are back here tonight. So I think just down Kyla at this point.
I believe that's correct. But just down Kyla is a big just down, if you will. I mean, I'm pretty sure she had 2 goals and 2 assists the first time around, and certainly was able to do a lot of good things with the ball at her feet. And she's a terrific player. I know she's working hard to get back and be with her team. And it's a tough one to miss, and it's certainly something I've never had to coach through is a player being quarantined. They've done nothing wrong. They're not hurt. They're just not going to be able to play because of a pandemic. And so that's tough to navigate if you're Coach Atkinson and how you approach it with your team. You've beat Clear Fork earlier in the season, but Kyla was definitely a big part of that. So it's going to be interesting to see for the Warriors how can they kind of regroup and get ready for tonight's game against the Clear Fork Colts.
That one coming up slated for 7:45 after this one completes, and Lady Rams will be on their way back to the district championship. They have won it 3 straight years, looking to make it 4 in a row. Last year, what a battle we had for the district championship in a monsoon, if you remember, Jesse. Ontario and Madison. Boy, that one came down to the wire. It was a heck of a match, and I think the conditions had a lot to do with it. But
absolutely. Ontario has played Madison really tough. They tied 2-2 earlier in the season this year, so could be a fun potential rematch. But that Clear Fork team is not the same Clear Fork team we saw opening night against Madison. I would say it's not the same team we saw against Ontario. I think the more Clear Fork plays, the better you're going to get. We talked about on the sports mix, this Clear Fork team, they are super young. They're just going to keep getting better and better. And so it's going to be the longer they're in that game, the better their chance. It's safe from the keeper there to get the deflection back in her hands quickly so Madison doesn't get their 10th of the night, or 9th of the night, excuse me. The game's kind of evened out a little bit with some of the Madison starters on the bench now, just kind of watching their teammates. Ooh, could be a near corner there. Looks like she's right on the line as she touched it. Must have been already out. That's what the referee is signaling.
So it will be a goal kick for the Lady Sailors as Cassidy sets it up.
That's an interesting night. You look at Vermilion's starting keeper, Abby Rhodes, who I think played a great game. I think gave up 6 goals when she was in, and that's a tough number to say the keeper played a great game. But when you play a team like Madison who attacks the way they do, you just realize they had so many opportunities that it could have been 10 before Abby came out, but because of her play back there, that she was able to keep the game a little bit less than what it was.
Was pitching a shutout for the first 19 and a half minutes, and boy, she made a couple of really big stops there at the beginning to at least make it appear as though Vermilion might hang around. But of course, the onslaught of Madison, 3-0 at the half, and they've just blown things open here in the second.
Yeah, you have to play near perfect defense when you go against Madison. They have so many different ways that they can beat you in the attack. They've got the speed, they've got the vision, they've got the skill, they've got the the finishing ability. So you just have to be on the top of your game defensively, which is not always an easy thing to do. That's another good ball in by Madison. Kirshner, hits the top bar. Still floating around.
Somehow stayed out. Cassidy dropped down and protected, but man, that was close. I can't believe that didn't go in.
I thought she turned away when she hit it off. We'll see a replay or not, but it looked like she turned away as the ball was in the air and still hit it and still nearly scored when she wasn't even looking. So
the freshman Kirshner nearly getting on the scoreboard. That's about as close as you can get.
yeah, she had one early in the half, kind of just a little high, but Abby Rhodes makes a save. But Kendall Kirshner, oh, she's going to get another chance here.
Sets it up for the right, and she is going to
She's
unwind.
looking for it now. Once you know you're close, then it's at the green lights. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to get one then. But that's one of the players we talked about earlier. Certainly she's a talented player, and she would see minutes at a lot of other programs, but she's just kind of got to wait her turn here at Madison, which is, you know, they're good and bad of that. Obviously you love to play at the varsity level, but you just got to wait. And so I think you get that much more hungry that when it's your turn, you're ready to go and you're ready to play and compete at that level.
Clock ticking down, under 11 minutes to go. Lady Rams looking to extend their lead as that one nearly snuck through to Cyrus. And this is impressive. I mean, a whole lot of ninth graders out there on the Madison attack.
Oh, what a ball by Kirshner.
And it looks like they
oh my goodness,
just going to miss out on getting one. I think that was Savannah or Rachel.
Kendall Kirshner getting some solid minutes in here. Obviously a good player in her own ability here, making the right play, near goal, good assist, comes back and wins the ball back for her team, plays another good near assist in, and good minutes for Kendall Kirshner tonight.
So the goal kick actually found some feet of a Vermilion player. See what they can do with it.
Yeah, we say that where it sounds like it's faulting Vermilion. A lot of it is just Madison's ability to, they just are good, spatially aware to find the ball and put themselves in a position to win the ball. I just don't think Vermilion's at that level yet. So it's not necessarily like Vermilion's not trying to do that. I think Madison is just excelling at what they're doing right now.
Basically have been all season long. I mean, there's been very few letdowns by this Lady Rams squad throughout the entire season. I mean, about the only game I can think of, the Olentangy game, where they allowed a couple goals in the final minutes to make it end up in a tie. Other than that, I mean, they've had to dig themselves out of some holes against a really solid Granville team. I remember they had 2 big goals to come back, force a tie.
And the Ontario Warriors, who we'll see later, certainly played them a lot tighter than a lot of the area teams and most teams on the Madison schedule. So I believe if Ontario wins, that Kyla Spencer's it will be available on Saturday for the district finals then.
And you would hope so. I mean, you want them at full strength.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Big cross.
Ooh, the keeper was so nonchalant how she caught that. Oh my goodness.
I think that's just her style.
It's not exactly the technical save, but she kept it out of the goal. She caught it high and just nearly, hey, she did what she had to do. We'll take it. Yeah, watching Kyla Spencer, you know, Taylor Huff, Nevaeh Lewis, those are 3 of some of the best players in the area. Their vision is great. You know, Kyla's kind of that package of just speed and ability, and I think, you know, she's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And just a tremendous asset for the Ontario team. So if that is the matchup, but, you know, like I said, there's a Clear Fork team out there that would love to be in that position on Saturday to play for a district championship against these Rams.
Going down to a knee and collecting it, Paige Eldridge. One of the few times that she's got her hands on the ball tonight. Slings it out here for Swigert. And then punched out, a couple of substitutions on their way in for Vermilion. Jessica Herkler taking a seat, the senior, and perhaps that will be the end of her career.
Yeah, it's a tough out when you're a senior to be on the losing side of 8-0 against, you know, your final game, but also you're playing against one of the top teams in the state of Ohio, perhaps the top team in Division II. Well, at least according to the poll at this point.
From start to finish, they were ranked #1 in the first OSSCA poll, and they have maintained, and no reason to drop them, of course. No losses on the year for Madison. This will be their 16th win of the year.
Three ties, but all 3 ties are, I believe, top 10 programs, where Granville's number 2 in the state, or at least was at the time. I'm not sure of their current place. Ontario is right around the top 10, and then D1 Olentangy. Lots of good programs. That's what I love about Madison. We talk about all their scores and their statistics, and 95 goals again, 95 goals for, 11 against, but they're not playing just the weak teams they can find. They are seeking out the top competition in the state of Ohio. They're playing almost every week. They had a state-ranked opponent, and so you're putting up records against state-ranked teams. I think it separates you from the rest then when that's your level of kind of expectation of the competition.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, Zach Huff has talked to me about it on a few different occasions. I mean, do you want to go 17-0, perfect, beautiful, spotless record, and you'd be beating up on a lot of teams in the area that are not anywhere near your level, as we've got a potential breakaway right here.
Oh.
Little shot in the back, and it is going to get whistled. So
the referee could spot it right outside the box, and it would be fine. No, he did. Good call by the referee.
So Alyssa Finley, with the contact in the back, will set up a set piece for Madison just outside the 18.
It's one of the veteran players still in for Madison, not waiting for the wall. Puts it right over top, though.
Nice try.
So the shot by Trinity Tucker goes over top. Score stays at 8-0.
You wonder if Trinity Tucker stays in the game just to kind of keep the shutout intact, not give anything up in the back that's sloppy or anything. And
yeah, they've got all 3 seniors on the back line still in the game, so I think that the goose egg is obviously pretty important to them. Another shot from distance. This one will find the mark. Goal for the Rams. Savannah Rachel.
It was just 23 yards away. Just lines up and just drills it to the back corner. That's a big shot.
Madison goal by number 24, Savannah Rachel.
Question is, can they get one more to keep the 11-0 streak alive at this point? That's where it gets exciting.
I think they're going to need, well, that makes it 9-0. They're going to need 2 more, Jesse.
I saw 10. Okay. Well, can they get 2 more in the last 4.5 minutes? You never know.
Well, I mean, on our unofficial scoreboard, we can put any number that we want.
I don't know if that'll carry over to OHSA scorebooks or not, but it's worth a shot. It's Kendall Kirshner with the ball. A bit of a heavy touch right in the Vermilion defender. Good work to just win the ball back, keep possession. Let's see if she can turn in the middle. She's got a lot of space in the middle. Yeah, that's some of the inexperience of your younger players, just trying to force the pass that's not there. They've got a player wide open in the middle.
But you love the fight. Callie Cyrus gets the ball back, sends it over to Adderholt.
There it is. Now Kendall can go at her. It's 1-on-1. Oh, big tackle. Kendall didn't really show a lot of skill to go around there. I think she was just going to go a slight touch. The defender stepped kind of surprisingly quickly and then poked the ball away from Kendall. But she's going to get a chance to do it again.
She's going to loft one. This floats. And collected by the keep. Did have Finley out there.
Sergio Lopez, I saw that comment. Appreciate your advice. Congratulations on a good season at Willard as well.
Sergio throwing some compliments to you, Jesse?
He did. He recommended me for the Champions League, which would be...
Well, we'd hate to lose you on OH Report. But
just a step above what we're doing right now, I think.
If there's bigger things out there for you, we're not going to hold you back, Mr. Ryder. We will have to work on your profile pic, though. We'll get you set up with some glam shots. Don't worry.
Get rid of the family and just get yourself a selfie. I think I saw someone from Texas as well watching tonight.
Oh, right on. There we go.
Always love the reach. It's so fun to see how many people are watching around the country. We're looking for around the world as well. So if you're watching from a neighboring country or somewhere else in the world, we'd love to hear it. Love to see you. Just under right around 2.5 minutes to play here for Vermilion to try and get maybe just a shot off on goal here, get a little bit of the attack to finish out the game.
And for Madison, boy, you want that shutout. You want to try to go clean through tournament if you can. Because this is the type of team, I mean, they're trying to rewrite history, man. I mean, they want to be one of the best teams potentially that's ever done it.
Absolutely. And obviously there's some ability there to do that. they've got the talent. They certainly have the ability to score some goals. We've not seen them be tested really defensively a lot. I'd say one of the best tests that we've seen was maybe against Ashland earlier in the year, and Ashland's got some good teams in their own right over there. I mean, they're playing some good soccer as well. That was a fun game, and one of those games that could have gone a variety of ways in a matter of inches for Ashland. Hit the post a couple times, but Madison came away with a 3-0 victory.
How about Ashland still in the tournament in Division I? Lady Arrow still doing their thing.
Absolutely. Their sectional is insane, too, what they get to play. They play the top teams in Toledo with Sylvania Northview. Anthony Wayne's in there, Perrysburg. I mean, to get out of that sectional, man, it is some work. Oh, it's the right extra pass.
Callie tried to set up her senior buddy Finley. Now down to the touchline. And can't keep it in bounds.
Not seen the Clear Fork Colts team yet coming up for our second game. I'm sure they're here somewhere, but perhaps in the locker room. I'm not sure with the COVID restrictions what's even permitted at this point, so they could be on the bus still. Who knows?
I like fashionably late, roll up like like it doesn't really matter that much to you, like you're not too worried about it.
I'm pretty sure that's not quite how Coach Bechtel operates for the Colts there. I don't think she's going to be fashionably late and rolling up. I think that team is going to be well prepared tonight and ready to go. It's going to be a fun second game tonight. It's going to be a late second game. 7:45 kickoff. That's going to be – better get the coffee brewing now, get a blanket, cozy up, and you're going to watch a fun doubleheader tonight.
Well, fortunately for both of those schools, I mean, they're like 7 miles apart from here, just on opposite sides here of Richland County, so it's pretty much right in the middle. That's the great part about having this district tournament being played here, is because all the top teams over the last several years come right here from Richland County, so it's kind of the perfect place for it.
Yeah, it's such a nice facility here. The fun tree backdrop. Obviously, it's a little different now with the construction going on, but this is a great place to play here at Lexington.
And the Lady Rams will close out their third straight shutout in tournament play. They have outscored their opponents a combined 31-0 so far on their tournament run. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with some final stats, and me and Jesse will have to decide who our Mechanics Bank Player of the Match is. We'll have an interview lined up as well, so keep it locked and loaded. The OH Report will return with live and free coverage right after this.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
I'm here with Mechanics Bank Player of the Game, Taylor Huff, after a big 9-0 victory in the district semifinals over Vermilion. What was your thought as you approached tonight's game?
It was just getting ready for the next game and knowing that we're going into it, that we need to play or else we could lose and not play again. So just going into it with that mindset that we want to play again was huge for us tonight.
Absolutely. I know. Officially, how many assists do you think you had tonight?
I think I tied the state record. So
Did you? Okay,
yeah,
I wondered. It was right there. I was trying to count some of those assists. So as you look back at your career and some of the assists you've had, I asked you this at the beginning, your most memorable goal was. What's your most memorable assist?
Oh, goodness. I'd say to Alyssa Finley, just because this year, because she's a senior and we wanted to get her to score. So the last game we got her to score, so that was pretty memorable. Nice.
So the next matchup here tonight is Ontario against Clear Fork. You know, obviously I know you played against both teams. For you, what's the mindset for the next game for you guys? What are you thinking about next?
Just whoever we're going to play, we're just going to go into it the same way. It doesn't matter who we're going to play. We're just going to play and give it our all, knowing that we want to play again. Absolutely.
For you guys, you know, you played pretty well tonight. You certainly started to move the ball well, except the more you played. What's an area you want to improve on, even before Saturday? I know the way you work and how you continually want to get better and push yourselves. Where's your team need to improve before Saturday's matchup?
We just need to start quicker. I think we started a little off tonight. We had a lot of shots, but it's focusing and getting those shots that are made. We need to make the shots. It's not just kicking the ball and hoping to score, but we actually need to focus and score early.
Absolutely. I'm here with Mechanics Bank Player of the Game, Taylor Huff, who we believe tied the state record for the assists tonight. So congratulations, Taylor. Great job tonight. We're going to hand things off to Nevaeh Lewis. Nevaeh, come on up here. She is super excited to get on the camera, I can tell. So come on up and get the headset on. We have co-players of the game tonight, featuring Taylor Huff and freshman Nevaeh Lewis. Nevaeh, this is your first game back since an injury, correct?
Yes.
How did it feel to be back on the field tonight?
It felt awesome. I just came out and had a good mindset to keep playing the game and stay strong and go 100%.
Absolutely. And you feel healthy now? Everything feels good? You ready to go for Saturday?
Yes.
Awesome.
Super pumped.
So, listen, you played probably a total of maybe 25 minutes tonight. You grabbed the hat trick real quick. Just went out and got a hat trick real quick. What was your mindset? When you get the ball in front of the net, you know, you got in quite a few times tonight. What are you thinking? Right before you shoot, are you thinking placement? Are you thinking power? Are you looking to the keeper? What's going through your mind?
I'm thinking power, and I just got to follow through with my shot and make sure it goes in the back of the net.
Absolutely. Now, you got a Saturday matchup against either the Ontario Warriors or the Clear Fork Colts. For you, you know, you're healthy, you're back. What are you thinking about Saturday's matchup? You don't know your opponent yet, but what are you thinking you need to do to make your team be district champions once again?
Just to go out there strong and keep playing my game and just win.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why you do it. So here with Nevaeh Lewis, co-players of the game tonight for Mechanics Bank. Nevaeh, great job, great hat trick, good goals tonight, really good stuff tonight. So that does it here for the Madison game. We've got another game coming your way in just a few minutes, featuring the Ontario Warriors and the Clear Fork Colts in just a few minutes.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
District semifinal number 1 is a runaway victory for the top seed in the entire state. The Lady Rams advance 9-0 over the Vermilion Lady Sailors. And, I mean, the tale of the tape right here, Jesse, this almost doesn't even suggest how lopsided it was. 24 shots on net for Madison to just 3 for the Sailors, but it didn't even feel like they had 3 shots.
Absolutely, yeah. I think 2 of those 3 shots came in the last couple of minutes there. So I think what we saw tonight is Madison took a little bit, and you heard the interview with Taylor Huff, they took a little bit to get going. They certainly had quite a few shots early, but I'd say they're almost 20 minutes in, I think, before they scored their first, 15 minutes in before they scored that first goal. But then after they got that goal, then you just kind of saw just be able to relax a little bit and realize that you are the number 1 team in the state for a reason. And then you just saw a flurry of goals after that in the first half. Just a dominant performance by Madison. Vermilion probably completed a couple of passes on the night in its entirety, where Madison had players, Chesney Davis had probably 6 or 7 really good passes, near assists. I think he even got an assist at the end there to really set some players up. So I just think it's kind of you see both extremes there. Just teams one team's heading the right direction and one team's heading home.
3 straight shutouts for Madison here in their tournament run, punching their ticket into the district championship match on Saturday afternoon. We'll find out here in the second half of our doubleheader who they will face. Ontario and Clear Fork is on the way here from the Lexington Soccer Complex, so we'll say goodbye just for a few moments. We'll be back. Game 2 of our doubleheader on the way. For our crew here at the OH Report, this is Brian Skronsky and Jesse Ryder. We'll see you in just a few minutes, folks.